Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the SBA COVID Economic Injury Disaster Loan webinar on how to make your COVID EIDL payments. We're pleased that you're here this morning, and we'd like to start this with introductions from Steve Dixell, our Eastern Pennsylvania District Director for the SBA.
Well, thank you very much, Sonia, and it's great to be here with you all virtually today. I'd like to start by thanking Pennsylvania SBDC Network Director, Dr. Ernie Post, and his team for the opportunity to speak with you. As mentioned, my name is Steve Dixell, and I serve as the Director for the SBA here in Eastern Pennsylvania. And joining us also on the call today from my team are Michael Kane, Deputy Director, as well as Lead Economic Development Specialist Rob Goza and Lender Relations Specialist Wilma Bonilla, and also to your host and moderator, Public Information Officer Sonia Smith. Let me also acknowledge that it's been a challenging time for small businesses, and specifically here in Pennsylvania. SBA and its resource partners, SCORE, Small Business Development Centers, Women Business Centers, and our Veteran Business Outreach Centers have done incredible work to help entrepreneurs stay in business, recover, and even grow during the pandemic. SBA's mission as a federal agency exists because America's small businesses are the engine of our economy, and their impact on our local economies are there to create jobs. The importance of small businesses may never have been clearer than it is right now. During times of emergency and disaster like the COVID-19 pandemic, SBA's mission is particularly important. Enactment of the CARES Act and subsequent relief legislation created a variety of powerful SBA programs like the COVID-19 Economic Injury Disaster Loan Program to provide you with economic relief and critical assistance to help your small business by assisting them with the capital needed to survive the financial impacts of the pandemic. So thanks again to the Pennsylvania SBDC for hosting this event. They've been great partners for SBA during the pandemic and have really leaned in to help their members during these tough times. SBA could not have asked for a better partner, and this monumental task of helping you has been just tremendous during this time. So again, thank you to the Pennsylvania SBDC. So today, folks, you're here to learn about how to manage the COVID Economic Injury Disaster Loan Program and the repayment process. So at this time, I'll turn it over to Sonia and Wilma to present, along with Lynn Loaza, who will present some information on the SBDC programs. Thank you all again for your time.
Thank you, Steve. Let's get started with today's program. One thing I want to just let you know from the start is this is simply an informational program only. We will not be taking any Q&A. If you have any questions, we will show you emails and phone numbers where you can contact SBA's Disaster Customer Service to get any specific clarifications on your unique situation. So I do want to begin with an overview of the COVID EIDL program. SBA has disbursed over $390 billion in direct working capital loans to more than 3.9 million small businesses and nonprofits nationwide. These businesses have benefited from receiving increased maximum funding, an extended deferment period, which has gone up to 30 months from the date of the note, and SBA had broadened the use of the COVID EIDL funds to include paying down debt. At the peak, we were processing $1 billion and 50,000 applications per day. Prior to the pandemic, SBA averaged tens of thousands of loans each year. You can see quite a big difference. What's interesting is in the COVID EIDL loan program, the average loan size was under $100,000. In fact, 90% of the loans went to small businesses of 10 employees or fewer. If you're interested on our other SBA lending programs, we encourage you to connect with your local SBA field office. And at the end of my presentation, we will have contact information for the Eastern Pennsylvania District Office, which covers 40 counties in Eastern Pennsylvania. So let's talk about how you can manage your EIDL loan. This is a screenshot off of our website, sba.gov. When you go into the COVID EIDL loan program, you're going to see there's information about the COVID EIDL, about the advance. These programs are now closed, but what you want to focus on is this section, managing your EIDL. And this is where we're going to be spending our time. Managing your EIDL, there's different things that you can do. And the first thing I want to talk about is requesting a lien subordination or other servicing actions. We do have people that contact the district office for a request for subordination of a lien or a proposed change in ownership. This is really important. If you're listening and you are thinking about a change in ownership, selling your business, a request for specific collateral release, anything like that, you need to contact your assigned servicing center. The servicing center for Pennsylvania is our Birmingham Servicing Center. And you can see this lists the states that are covered by Birmingham, the telephone number, and the hours of operation. So you can contact them, or you can email them at bham.realty@sba.gov. Now, if you are not serviced by the states here with Birmingham, our other servicing office is in El Paso, and you can contact El Paso at the email here, elpaso.dlsc@sba.gov. Also, your servicing center can provide you guidance on other matters, such as if you're anticipating closing your business or liquidating your business. So let's talk about your COVID loan. What's important is you want to take a look at your promissory note. Also, this is a loan that must be repaid. We've had lots of questions. Is COVID EIDL a grant? The answer is no. COVID EIDL is not a grant and it cannot be forgiven. As I mentioned, there was a 30 months of deferment. So your first payment is due 30 months from the date of the original note. And that's important in case you were a borrower that received an increase in your COVID EIDL. The note should be with your original closing loan documents. When you pull up the note, you're going to see the date, the issued note date. You should see your loan amount and your interest rate. So from the note date, 30 months from the note date is when your first payment is due. Now, it's important to note that your EIDL loan number is not the same as the application number. Most COVID EIDL application numbers begin with a 3. It's not that number. If you don't know your COVID EIDL loan number, we encourage you to contact the SBA COVID EIDL Customer Service Center. The phone number is 833-853-56388 for assistance. This is really important. This is highlighted here. There are 2 phone numbers and 2 emails that will be able to assist you with everything. So this is one of them, and then we'll also just summarize at the end. So as I mentioned, COVID EIDL payments are calculated from your original loan note date. And again, regardless of any increase, it's from when you received your original first disbursement. As I mentioned, payments were deferred for 30 months from the original note date. And interest has been accruing during the 30-month deferment. So if you did not make any payments during your 30-month deferment period, then most likely there is a one-time balloon payment that would be due at the end of the loan term. Now, there are no penalties for any prepayments. You are responsible for making monthly payments until the balance is paid in full. Also, we are advising you to avoid loan default. COVID EIDL loan payments are reported to credit bureaus, and with a loan default, tax refunds can be garnished. Your loan may be taxed as income. It may prevent you from receiving additional government assistance. And of course, it'll affect the borrower's ability to borrow in the future. So when you're on our website, we're going to be talking about COVID EIDL injury disaster loan payments. And you can see we went from managing your EIDL to making a payment. This is the screen you'll see to make a payment. And it's important to note that payments will be made through SBA's CAFS portal. CAFS is our Capital Access Financial System. And you must have a social security number to create an account. If you, when you receive a copy of this PowerPoint presentation, you'll see that there's a hot link to the CAFS website. And also there's a hot link on how you can get the CAFS account enrollment instructions. You should create an account on this website also to monitor the status of your SBA loan. All SBA disaster loans, including your COVID EIDL and physical disaster loans, can be viewed as any PPP, Paycheck Protection Program loans, as any 7A loans that you may have. You would be able to view your loan details, payment amount, the due date. You can view your payment history and make a payment. And we're going to then talk later about how to make that payment. So here's another important phone number. If you have any questions on the CAFS system, on the Capital Access Financial System, we have the CAFS Customer Service Center number, which is 833-572-0502, or you can email cls@sba.gov. So this is the second important phone number for you. The first one was the Customer Disaster Assistance Service Center, and this is the Capital Access Financial System. This is the portal for you to look at your loans. And we will have them summarized at the end. So in the CAFS system, you need to enroll to create a CAFS account. And as I mentioned, you need a social security number. Most borrowers, including sole props, the person whose credit was used in the loan application, will be able to set up an account using their social security number. Also, we did have a different system called the Rapid Portal. That Rapid Portal is closed. As I mentioned, you must create a CAFS borrower portal account to view your loan statement, and you need to have a social security number to create the account. There are 3 steps, and we're going to go over the 3 steps on creating the CAFS account, authenticating your account, and then how you can view your loan list. Also, please note that with the CAFS system, there is 2-factor authentication, and you will be able to go over that. What happens is you get to select whether a PIN is sent to your email, to your cell phone, or to your landline for verification on your account. I actually recommend that you use your cell phone. That way it's a quick text and it's easy. Okay, so let's get into the CAFS system. And as you can see, it says that, as I mentioned, you can use the CAFS system to take a look at all disaster loans, including your COVID EIDL, all PPP loans, and 7A loans. We recommend using a computer to access the CAFS system. It does have some browser data here. Just make sure you're using the most current one. Now, we may have people on the phone or listening that your business is a nonprofit, or your loan may not have been registered with a Social Security number. In that case, you need to take an additional step of associating a Social Security number with your loan before you can create an account. And so we're going to need to contact the CAF's customer service or the CAF's email to get that done. Also, once you are in the CAF system, you want to make sure that you stay active. At least go in, take a look at your loan, because accounts are deactivated after a 90 days of inactivity. So if you do not have a Social Security number, then you need to email Disaster Customer Service at disastercustomerservice@sba.gov. You want to have a letter on company letterhead if your business is a nonprofit, if the loan is associated with your corporation's EIN, or if there's no Social Security number associated with the loan, and include the following: your SBA loan number, the associate's first and last name, and the Social Security number of the person who should have access. Once you complete that on your letterhead and you attach it and you send it to the Disaster Customer Service email, you'll receive a confirmation email, and that person should be able to establish a CAF's account. So creating an account, you'll go to the CAF's homepage. Again, there's a hot link for you right there. And you're going to click the Not Enrolled. You're going to create a user ID. Your user ID needs to be 8 to 15 characters, and you're going to create a password phrase of 16 characters. You're going to select a borrower, the user type. The user type is a borrower. You are the borrower. You'll enter your first name and your last name and your date of birth. So first name, last name, date of birth. Then enter your 5-digit zip code. And then you're going to press this look up city, state by zip, and that should automatically populate with your city, and then enter your street address. Okay, so you want to do zip code first, look up city, state, your city is populated, and then put in your street address. Then enter your landline phone number and your mobile phone number. You can see the country is populated here by a 1, just leave that in there. And both the landline and the mobile phone number should be completed. If you only have a phone number, a cell phone number, just put that cell phone number into the landline phone number blocks too. Then put your email address in and then just re-enter it. This will be your contact information for the 2-factor authentication when you log in. You'll enter your Social Security number, okay? And then remember, as I mentioned before, if your business is a nonprofit or the account is missing a Social Security number, or your COVID EIDL was associated with the corporation's EIN, remember we had those instructions on what to put on your company letterhead to email it to Disaster Customer Service, so you could then establish the CAF's account. And then you're going to put in your SBA loan number, your COVID EIDL loan number. And remember, again, it's not the same as your COVID EIDL application number. And again, if you don't know it, you can contact customer service at the 833-853-5638 phone number, or email them. Then, of course, there are 3 security questions from the drop-down menu for you to supply answers with. Verify the CAPTCHA and click submit. We have some tips and tricks here on this slide. If you encounter any error message, refer to the detailed information before. Again, if you get the message that it's not a valid social, it's not a valid SBA loan number combination, then you want to ensure that was the social security number correct? Was the loan number correct? If not, then you'll need to email disaster customer service on the letterhead, as we mentioned before. If you get the message unable to process your request, then that person that you're putting in with the social security number, they're not listed on that loan. Again, you want to confirm that the social is listed correctly. And if you get an error code 102, that associate may not be qualified. Again, for assistance with any of these errors, contact the CAF's support. And we had the CAF support phone number and the email. And again, we'll go over them at the end. So step 2, to log in, authenticate. You're going to put in your user ID, your password. You're going to check that you agree to the terms and select login. This is where the authentication comes in. You can select that you want the PIN sent to your cell phone or a voice call or your email address. As I mentioned, the easiest thing is just have it sent to your cell phone. You get it, enter it in to verify the PIN. And now, finally, we can view loan information. When you're logged in, you can hover over borrower, and then you're going to select borrower search to view your loans. And if you have more than one loan, you'll be able to see your different loans listed, what type of loan they are, if they're a PPP, COVID EIDL. These here are regular disaster physical loans. You'll be able to see the loan amount. If it's a PPP, perhaps it's already paid in full. If it's a COVID EIDL, it could be dispersed current. Okay. If you only have one single loan, you're going to see the loan information. And if you have more than one loan, you'll see that there's a loan list like I showed you on the previous slide. Here you can see balance and interest information on your loan. You can see payment information, when your next payment is due, the amount that is due. And again, you can see the information, the amount of your last payment if you made a payment, when you made it, what was applied to principal, to interest, your balance. There are also messages and statements that you can view. If there's any messages, you can view your messages and you can view your statements. So again, other resources, you can contact SBA. Again, this is a hot link. To make a payment to SBA, we're going to talk about this further. CAF support. Here's the phone number again, 833-572-0502. They're open on Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And again, email them at cls@sba.gov. So this is the Capital Access Financial System. If you have any questions, need help on that system. And just another screenshot here. Now let's talk about the loan payments. We're going back to the screen where you were viewing your messages and your statements. And you can see that it says make a payment here. Currently, COVID idle borrowers cannot make a loan payment on CAFs. What happens is you're going to be directed to pay.gov. So we're at make payments. And there are several options to make a payment to SBA. Again, through CAFs, you can log in to make the payment. You can set up recurring payments. There's one-time payments, and you can even fully repay your COVID idle loan. You can use online bill pay through your personal or through your business banking account. Enter your 10-digit loan number as the account number. Here's the address, P.O. Box in Portland, Oregon. And that way you can set up the electronic one-time or recurring payment using your bank's bill pay service. You can mail your payments in, make your check or money order payable to the U.S. Small Business Administration, enter your 10-digit loan number on the memo field, and mail it to SBA, P.O. Box 3918 in Portland, Oregon. When you select, let me just go back here. When you select to make a payment, that will then take you to pay.gov. Pay.gov is not an SBA system, but we have pay.gov does have information here on the SBA on how you can make a borrower payment. And this is where you would go to make your online payments for your COVID idle. This is a screenshot that just tells you how to make the payments. And there is information here that you can read. Now I want to talk about the Hardship Accommodation Plan that you may have heard of. SBA is offering a Hardship Accommodation Plan for borrowers that are experiencing short-term financial challenges. If you are eligible for this program, you can make reduced payments for 6 months. Interest does accrue, which may increase or create a balloon payment due at the end of the loan term. Borrowers are required to pay at least 10% of their monthly payment with a $25 minimum for 6 months. During this hardship accommodation period, you may voluntarily make larger payments. And then the regular monthly payment amount will resume and will be required after the 6-month hardship accommodation period ends. Now, the eligibility and enrollment. You are eligible to enroll beginning 60 calendar days before your first payment due date. And it all depends on what the amount of your loan is. So if your COVID idle loan is less than or equal to $200,000, you want to create that CAFS account. And within CAFS, when you hover over borrower and select the borrower search, you then select the appropriate loan number, and there will be a radio dial to request the hardship accommodation on the loan information page. If your loan is over $200,000, to apply for the hardship accommodation, you need to contact our COVID idle customer service center at that phone number, 833-853-5638, or email disaster customer service at sba.gov and include hardship accommodation plan in the subject line. Then you will be contacted by one of our loan specialists regarding the requirements. Of course, we want to encourage you to use our SBA resource partners for financial counseling. Our resource partners offer free or low-cost counseling for small businesses. They can help review your business plan, identify opportunities for access to capital, or even provide information on applicable tax benefits, among other counseling services. You can contact your local district office for SBA resource partners near you in your specific county. Our resource partners include small business development centers, SCORE business counselors, women's business centers, veterans business outreach centers, and community navigators. You can go to SBA local assistance, another hot link that is provided, put in your zip code, and you'll be able then to contact and find a list of local partners near you based on your zip code. Just some FAQs that we get a lot. Will the COVID EIDL loan be forgiven? No, the SBA does not have the authority to forgive federal debt. Another question is, I'm looking to sell my business or close my business. What should I do? You want to contact your assigned servicing center, that's either Birmingham or El Paso, to discuss the next steps. Have your loan number handy. If you've already sold your business or closed your business, definitely contact the servicing center. Now, some people may have traditional SBA disaster loans and COVID EIDL loans. And the question is, can I combine them, make it one monthly payment? Unfortunately, each disaster loan is a separate loan and they cannot be consolidated. What if you can't make this month's payment? Again, contact your loan servicing center, either Birmingham or El Paso, to discuss your options. Where can you get a copy of your loan documents? And that includes also learning what your COVID EIDL loan account number is. Contact our disaster customer service center at 833-853-5638 or email them at disastercustomerservice@sba.gov. How do you access your CAFS account through that CAFS portal? Remember, you can set up and view your account by visiting the CAFS system. And again, this is a hot link here. And if you need guidance, we do have the enrollment and access guide, or you can contact cls@sba.gov and the CAFS customer service number at 833-572-0502. So the last two Q&As here are the most important. These are the numbers that we want you to have and the emails that we want you to have. If you have any questions, experience any challenges, our customer service reps, whether they're in the Disaster Customer Service Center or whether they're in the CAFS Customer Service Center, are there to assist you. Finally, please stay connected to us. We encourage you to subscribe to our e-newsletter at sba.gov/updates. Simply put in your email and your zip code, and you will be connected with your district's newsletter. We encourage you to follow us on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is SBA_, that's SBA_ at Eastern PA. It's the best way to find out news, events, information on what's going on with SBA. If you have any questions, you can email our district office at phila_do@sba.gov. You can also call our office at 610-382-3062. And finally, all of the information that you saw on the COVID EIDL, the screenshots were taken from our website at sba.gov. And we also encourage you to view our Eastern Pennsylvania District Office website at sba.gov/PA. And at this point, this concludes my part of the program, and I'm going to turn it over for Lynn.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Lynn Loiza, and I'm the Assistant Director of Capital Acquisition for the Pennsylvania SBDC. The PA SBDC provides consulting services and business training to entrepreneurs looking to start or grow their small business. Our consultants work with entrepreneurs in confidential one-on-one sessions to create an impact on businesses at every stage of development. The Pennsylvania SBDC has a statewide network of 15 centers and 49 outreach locations to serve small businesses. Our network provides services to all small business populations and makes special efforts to help our diverse clients access business tools and resources to accelerate your business's growth. Our mission is to empower inspiring and existing small business owners with the knowledge, resources, consulting, and mentoring they need to start, grow, and prosper. During the pandemic, the SBDC helped prepare clients in order to get capital ready to receive disaster funds and helped create a recovery plan. We offer daily webinars that enhance education and guidance in finding practical solutions to business problems. The PA SBDC also has a PTAC partnership to help our minority, veteran, and women-owned clients the opportunity to seek certification. Our services include free market research, SEO reports, strategic marketing, digital marketing, and social media assistance. We also help with business plan development, registration and requirements, and licenses and permits. Please connect with us at www.pasbdc.org in order to sign up for consultation and to see our upcoming webinars. As a reminder, the Pennsylvania SBDC is a joint venture of federal, state, and private sector agencies, including the SBA. The client is the only one that can enter the portal for SBA, and they need to resolve any payment portal issues with SBA tech support. Thank you for your time today. We look forward to connecting in the future.
Thank you, Lynn. And this concludes our COVID EIDL webinar for today. And we thank you for joining us. And I hope you have a great day. And this webinar will be posted at the pasbdc.org website for viewing at your convenience.